Good morning, folks. It's Two Sheds Gabby, and yesterday, while I was out doing my coining, I picked up another bag of dimes. So exciting! I missed it the last time around because circumstances, I guess. But anyway, they got another bag and they called me, and while I was out, I picked it up. Man, I'm hoping to pick up some more silver today. Let's start with this machine, and we'll see what we get. After I'm done with the dimes, I've got to run my last batch of pennies through, the copper pennies, because several of you guys told me that I missed, I think it was a 1984 zinc, and I'm going to try to run them through and get that out, and hopefully anything else I may have missed. I think I'm usually pretty good about not doing that, but it happens, and this is a good opportunity for me to go ahead and get that taken care of. Well, I've been saying for a good while that I need to get some silicone spray, and I finally did. And so I ran one handful through, and they seemed to go really smoothly. There's no silver or anything that came through on the silver side or the other side. And so it looked good. So the next time I grabbed a handful and I included a silver dime with it, and I put them in there, and I ran those through. The silver did come through the right side, but so did two clad ones. So I still have that problem apparently where I'm getting a few of the clad coins and I don't know why. But that's okay. I can live with that if it's just, as long as I'm not losing silver. I'll run this silver one through several times as I'm going just to make sure that I am getting the silver on the other side. What I do is I take this box and I just hold it up here with the handful that I put the silver dime in so that I don't have to dig down in there every single time. And at the end of that handful, then I can pull out the, if I don't get the silver on the right side, I can easily get it out from right here. Last time I did it, and so far this time, the silver is going to the correct side. And so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. So I'm going to continue running some more handfuls through. Every third or fourth one, I'll put the silver dime in and make sure that it's continuing to catch that. And if that's the case, then I'll feel pretty confident that if there is any silver, that I will be getting it over here up to the right side. So I'm going to continue on. So every handful or two, I just keep getting these clad coins, and I have maybe an idea. This wheel cylinder right here, they have two different numbers that you can order from this the company, the Rydell company, and maybe I'll try to see if I can go down in my bucket and see. They're like, one of them's like one number 2 and one's 22. I forget, something like that. I'm going to see if I can find the other wheel cylinder and replace that and see, maybe it'll be a little bit different. This machine was mainly made for pennies, but dimes just work. So maybe that'll be a better. I'll try that. Okay, that idea was worse. They piled out so fast, it just kept getting clogged up. I mean, instantly. So apparently there's just more thickness, more room for them to slide out underneath that wheel cylinder. So I'm just going to go back to the other way, and I'll just have to. I went ahead and tested a few more times. The silver keeps coming to the right side, so I'll just have to deal with a few clads that come out that way. I don't understand why, but I can live with that. I heard the motor straining a little bit, and so I turned it off to check it out. And it turns out this little knot here was trying to get through, and it wasn't letting. It was still turning, but it wouldn't let it go through the hole in the cylinder. So that was putting a strain on the turning. That looks kind of like the head of the shroud that you see talked about a lot. So I've got a long way to go yet. I thought I'd just pull the stuff out and see what I had. And this is the clad. I got a penny. It's a 92 or something like that. I got 2 silvers in there and a dime of holy dime. It's a dime with holes in it. That's kind of weird. But hey, I got 2 silver, and man, I mean, I've got a long way to go. I hope that's an indication of more to come. But that's pretty exciting. 1957 and 19, I think it's in 62. Yep. Pretty nifty, I tell you. Man, that's exciting. That one's a D. And that one is a D as well. I have another theory about this situation that I'm in. Since this machine was mainly made for pennies, the space to come through this wheel cylinder to go out the little slot to go through the little indicator is a little bit big, a little bit bigger than dimes, obviously, because it's made for the penny to come through. I'm thinking maybe 2 at a time goes through sometimes, but not all the time. And when there's 2, sometimes one will kick out the wrong side. That is the best thing I can come up with so far. It seems reasonable. You know, if I just put a few dimes at a time and let them go individually, it works right. But when you put a lot in, which you have to do that because you want to go through them all, then occasionally a couple goes through and one of them kicks out. I believe that's what's going on. So if you get yourself a Rydell, that might be what you would expect to find happen. Well, the machine started dragging again, so I took it apart and took all the coins out and cleaned it out again and sprayed a little more silicone. And while I was at it, I went ahead and checked the dimes that had come to the right side, and there was one more silver. That puts us at 3. Pretty neat. This is the underside of the wheels that catches the coins and shoots them out the slot. And these things wear. And it could be, you know, I bought this used. It could be there's a little more wear than I even realized. And so maybe it would be a good time for me to, I think they're only like $10, something like that. I think I'm going to order another one and see if that helps. You know, that would be the only next plan of attack that I would think. So I think I'll try to get on the next day or two and get another one of these wheels ordered. I'm getting down pretty far in the bag there. I've run a lot of coins through and I've pulled out the clad a few times, but I haven't found any more silver. I have run the silver test time and time again, and every time I do, the silver comes out on the right side, so I'm still pretty confident. I'm getting a little bit dirty here. They're disgusting. But hey, I was running this last couple of handfuls through, and I saw this. You see that? That's totally cool. I was thinking earlier it'd be nice to get another Mercury, and I got one. Let me pull these guys out. Well, none of the others down in the bucket were silver, but we got the Mercury. It's a 1940D. That is just so neat. And that puts us at 4. So that's pretty cool. We're going to keep going. Maybe with any luck, we might even get another silver yet. Would you look at that? I've never gotten 2 Mercuries in one bag before, but I have this time. And that makes silver number 5. Shoo, that is amazing. That's so cool. Not only was there a 1939 Mercury down there, there was also a 1963 and a 1960 silver down there, which puts us at 7. Wow. That is a good bag of dimes, and we still got a little to go. Let's go check it out. Well, I've got the last of them in the hopper, guys, so if we don't get a silver in this, then we'll end with 7. I put a lot in the hopper, so sometimes you gotta break them up a little bit. Well, guys, that last batch had one more in it. It's a 1953 Philadelphia. So we ended up with 8 silvers today, and 2 of them are Mercury. That is pretty fantastic in my opinion. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm here in a minute, I'm going to go through those pennies and see if I can get that 84 out of there. But thanks for watching, and man, I'm excited. I plumb forgot about this part, guys. 8 more. We're adding to our silver, my 2025 goal of 150, and this puts me at 77. It'd really be neat if I could keep getting these dime bags and have to split this one tube for the Roosevelt and another tube for the Mercury. That would be really nifty. All right, now we're going to exit this video and see you in the next one. Today's lunch is meatloaf, cheese, and jalapenos. I got a little bit of homemade steak sauce left. I'll put on it from my yesterday's steak.